Okay. Alright. Alright, so making sure everything is working fine. Alright. Alright, there we go. Yeah, here we go. Sorry about that, guys. Yeah, I don't know what it is with my microphone here. Yeah, I can hear the audio coming from the computer. All systems are go. Alright, so yeah, we're not going to be using Streamlabs, unfortunately. So, doing this on my tablet. Yeah, thank you guys for hanging in there. And yeah, I apologize that the podcast is coming at you late today, because I actually had a job interview. It's for like a construction company, like to do office work. I don't know if it's time to get a new mic just yet. I want to like try it out to see if everything's good or not. It's like I had to update my computer, so that's probably what happened. Better late than never. The show must go on. Yes. Anyways, the job interview. Don't worry about it. Like, I don't think I'm gonna get the job anyways, because like the people that were interviewing me, it's like they just seem so like uptight. Like, it, at least with my other job interviews that I've had in the past, is like the job interviews I had in the past, they were like doing a it's like they were at least nicer. This time around, it was like they just seemed so cutthroat, and it was like zero tolerance this, zero tolerance that, and it's like I already knew right off the bat that I was not going to get the job, because it's not the type of person that I am. I'm not cutthroat. I mean, I'll stand up for myself, but yeah, I have what's called anxiety. Yeah, I've been diagnosed with anxiety. So I just knew right off the bat that I'm not the right person for them. So even if they give me the call back, like to follow up Monday, it's like I already know they're gonna say, yeah, sorry, but we found somebody else. So in the meantime, I could totally do some more art commissions, you guys. Yeah, that's what I feel good at. Yeah, ain't that the truth? Alright, so let me read some of your comments real quick, and let me say hello to you guys. Mark, Alex, Michael, the Missing Bean, third time's the charm with Jack Carter, and of course Matt the Cat, and Gregory, Angel Cat, Ultra Michael, 1-800 Awesome Sauce, Quick Pick Stop from Junior Boy, and Isaac. Hello, you guys. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for turning on notifications. Like, as always, don't want to miss a live stream. Don't want to miss a video, premiere, anything, all that shebang-a-bang. Subscribe to the channel and ding the dong. Ding the dong. Hello, JB Jellybean. Alright, so I was supposed to have written down some notes here, but it's like a lot of things happened, you know, with the 30th anniversary of VeggieTales. Like, you know how well that went. It was like pretty much nothing happened, and if something happened, something happened. Like, you saw the thumbnail that they had where Bob the Tomato is just staring into your soul. Yeah, they re-uploaded the very first VeggieTales video to ever come out. And then for their 30th anniversary video, they just play like the VeggieTales theme song and just call it a day. Yeah, let's call it a day because, I don't know, we don't know what the fans want. I mean, if I was in charge of VeggieTales or whatever, dang, we got like about 600, almost 600 views. That's like my popular video so far. Yeah, like 600. So definitely. And for those of you who don't know what the word inane means, it's basically another word for silly or stupid, you know? Yeah, I posted the video on YouTube. I posted on YouTube first, then on my Instagram, and then on my TikTok. So yeah, it's real sad that they want to be lazy even at this milestone, 30th anniversary. Like, I would have done something better. Like, there would have been like a celebration. There would have been like a celebration. I would have pulled out all the stops and introduced new content. Yeah, definitely wasted potential. Just because we say that some of your stuff is a dumpster fire doesn't mean that you add fuel to that dumpster fire. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, Phil and Mike would have wanted something better, you know? I kind of like the thumbnail that I did for my response to their 30th anniversary. Yeah, it just sucks. I wish we can hear them out about this. Yeah, let them explain themselves. Okay, hello, Boy Studios. I didn't watch it, but by the sound of it, it wasn't that great. Yeah, I didn't watch their re-upload of the first episode of VeggieTales, but I did see their 30th anniversary video. Otherwise, I wouldn't have made that 40-second video on my channel. They should have done an animation. Yeah, but that's too hard, apparently. I mean, what happened to their dealings with Trilogy Studios or Trilogy Animation, whatever that's called? So, as promised, I'm glad that my new episode didn't get copyright claimed. Yeah, they promoted the crap out of the 25th anniversary. Yeah, because during that time, Phil and Mike were still around, I think. Or was that during VeggieTales in the house in City? Interesting. Could you own VeggieTales while you're at it? It's kind of going downhill. I mean, I wouldn't mind, though LarryBoy would get the priority of my time. Because something has to be done with our famous superhero. Yeah, this is my figurine from the League of Incredible Vegetables era. Yeah, League of Incredible Vegetables. It's like, I got some people asking me, begging me to give League of Incredible Vegetables another chance. And you know what? I will. I will eventually. Yeah, this is from 2012. I got this for free when I pre-ordered League of Incredible Vegetables on DVD. Yeah, it came with the figurine of LarryBoy. And then I have another figurine just like it along with the other heroes. Yeah, we'll also talk about merch in a while. Because, yeah, I have it listed on here. Okay, some ideas along with merch. Because when you sell merch, you get more fans. And you get more people who are wanting to buy into your stuff. I mean, that's part of marketing. Unless Phil and Mike are back, I'm not looking forward for their new content. Gone were the days where VeggieTales was an icon of Christian entertainment. It's such a shame that big idea made a turn for the worst. Yeah, I definitely agree. New series making LarryBoy episode also called LarryBoy and the Evil Cars. Which Cordy was here to make more Bible verses. Yeah, we'll definitely have Cordy. We'll still save him from what do you call it? Obscurity. Alright, so see you later, Greg. Thank you for tuning in. Damn, that job interview just like... I'm not having a good day right now. I mean... I had to sell a couple of more video games, including Mario Kart 8 for the Nintendo Switch. So, I no longer have that. Yeah, that's already a thing, Junior Boy. Speaking of that, where is he? Where's JB Plush? Yeah, maybe he can cheer me up. Alright, so here he is. He went with me to my job interview. Once the job interview was over, I had to give him a hug because it was just like... didn't really go too well. Yeah. Didn't really go too well. But anyways, as promised you guys, we're gonna talk LarryBoy. Because I've already written some ideas down. I should have written more. But these are like the main points that I really want to talk about. These I really want to talk about. So, oh, I should have added on here that there has to be a movie. If I own the rights to LarryBoy, I mean, if I had like this is all a what if, keep in mind. This is all a what if. What if LarryBoy fanatic me own the rights to LarryBoy? First things first, we gotta give this guy a movie. We gotta give him a movie. And I talked about this a whole lot on my channel. It's like, if there's a movie of LarryBoy, we gotta give him some kind of origin story. And I've talked about like the different possibilities for like an origin story for him. I have a green VHS tape from Lyric Studios Fib from Outer Space. Yeah, that's a good episode. Yeah, I also have the green VHS tape of Fit from Outer Space. I got like 2 copies of Fit from Outer Space. One that's the green tape, and the other one that's like the regular black VHS tape. JB Plus stealing more stuff. I don't know. He might have another run-in with somebody like Bowser. What do you think? You know that has peanuts, right? Give it here. You can have some. Alright. Got your favorite color. It's the color of Pepsi. The color of Pepsi. Here we go. Here we go. Alright, so first movie will be about his origins, and whoever he'll fight will be his first official fight with an antagonist. Yes. And as for the antagonist, it's got to be somebody real cool. Yeah, Pepsi is Junior Boy's favorite go-to cola. It's like Junior Boy and I would go back and forth. It's like Pepsi or Coca-Cola. He's always going to go for Pepsi. I mean, that's his thing. Well, the title of the movie should just be like one word. LarryBoy. It's like, forget Coke, Pepsi is God. Okay, some of you prefer Mountain Dew. Oh, there's this grape flavored Mountain Dew that I want to try. Maybe that'll be the go-to Mountain Dew for me. Alright, so I'm thinking, like, for LarryBoy's first legit movie, have, like, a villain that's charismatic, that's creative. It's, like, charming, but an evil kind of charming. What's somebody that's in your face and just, like, super talented and is, like, very convincing? Not just somebody that's phoned in, not a mama's boy like The Alchemist, not somebody that's boring like Dr. Flurry, which, by the way, Dr. Flurry is reformed in the VeggieTales show. I didn't take him that seriously, like, in the original League of Incredible Vegetables video. I was like, come on. It was like, really, a mad scientist who's scared of the League of Incredible Vegetables and wants to one-up them? You know, LarryBoy Cucumber of Steel would be a great title, but then again, it's like, it's kind of similar to Superman, because ain't Superman the Man of Steel? Yeah, what makes a good LarryBoy villain? Well, let's take a page from a couple of villains. We have the regular villain, and we have the monster villain. So if we were to get a regular villain, let's take a page from the Bad Apple, because her shtick is divide and conquer. I felt she was more serious than Dr. Flurry. She's more serious than the Alchemist. I mean, Greta Von Gruesome was threatening as well, but the Bad Apple, with her theme of temptation, and her ability to create portals with her webs. Yeah, that's one of the reasons why LarryBoy and the Bad Apple is high on my list. On my list of LarryBoy videos. Okay, so that's like the regular villain. If we get a regular villain, take a page from the Bad Apple. Now, if we were to get a monster, let's talk Fit from Outer Space. Because I know that a lot of people liked the Fit from Outer Space episode, and I liked it as well. The creation of the Fib, it was like, yeah, it was genius. A monster that grows every time someone lies. Yeah. He would make he would make a great framework for a monster. Like, the monster has to have a purpose. It's like, what are they there for? Are they there just to... Well, they can't be there just to wreak havoc and threaten to eat people or hurt people. They need, like, a purpose. Like, the Fit from Outer Space had a purpose because every time someone lies, he grows. Yeah, similar to Pinocchio's nose. So I liked how they incorporated, it's like they were able to concoct such a monster, okay? So from what you're saying, a good LarryBoy villain has to have a gimmick that works well with his or her evil schemes, along with having actual good dialogue and threatening tendencies. Absolutely, Matt. Absolutely. That's what I'm looking for in a LarryBoy villain. I gave up telemarketing for this. Alright, so that's what I want in a LarryBoy movie. If I ever own the rights to LarryBoy, I would definitely make sure that there is a movie. I would have it high up on the list of things to do. I mean, I would have a to-do list and be like, okay, what should we do first? Movie. Have an origin story. Have a great villain. Have a great plot. This is my imaginary pen. So yeah, a movie has to happen. It has to. And I think Nintendo, yeah, I retweeted his tweet on what he was hoping for. Let me see if I can log into... Yeah, I'll log into my Twitter and show you guys. There we go. There we go. Alright, so I logged in. And... Yeah, normally I don't... Normally, I don't really post that much on Twitter, but ever since the fiasco with the 30th anniversary of VeggieTales, no, absolutely not. Alright, so here's Nintegadario's tweet. And I retweeted it a few days ago. And here's what he says. Want to know what would be so cool? Want to know what would be some cool things to have announced for VeggieTales, for hashtag VeggieTales is 30? The Bob and Larry movie being revived, which I have no problems with, because Phil Vischer in his memoir wanted to have done the Bob and Larry movie, but that was scrapped. Okay, let's see what else. The first VeggieTales live show from 2002 to be released on DVD. Or the most recently shelved VeggieTales movie being revived. Now, this third point really speaks to me, because the movie has an IMDb page. Let me see if I can... Okay, so it's got an IMDb page. Let me focus in. Untitled VeggieTales product. IMDb. Well, it has to be like Lyric Studios or Word Entertainment. Either one of those. Alright, so... yeah, an actual IMDb page. Slated for 2025. Expected August 13th, 2025. It says right there. Supposedly something's in production. And that's all they got to show for. And by the way, this is a screenshot from Jonah, a VeggieTales movie. Trivia. Only VeggieTales film released on 3D. And here's what they're saying. This is the release date, supposedly. Also known as LarryBoy, a VeggieTales movie. Production companies are apparently Big Idea Entertainment and DreamWorks Animation. I mean, DreamWorks can possibly animate this type of movie. Because, you know, with Puss in Boots, The Last Wish, that movie did pretty good. So, it wouldn't surprise me if DreamWorks Animation took it up. But then again, this is all we know. I mean, this IMDb page is just like barren. It's like more like this. Coming soon. Add full plot. Add synopsis. Add content advisory. Not a whole lot of trivia. Not a whole lot of details. There's more questions and answers. Yeah, so basically... So, yeah, even though it's IMDb saying that, it's like, normally whenever there's a IMDb page for a movie, it tells you like who the actors are, what the synopsis is, the runtime, the production timeline, when the movie's going to be released, or if it's been released already. It's like, it's just too barren. So this I don't trust this IMDb page. I don't, because there's little to show for it. In 2025, that's like in, what, 2 years? 2 years from now? More than 2 years from now? Because it said August of 2025. But then again, it's like, nothing's set in stone. There's nothing. There's nothing there. So I feel bad for Nintendo Dario especially like with the hashtag VeggieTales is 30. Oh yeah, let's go back to that real quick. The hashtag I almost had a hiccup, you guys. Try not to. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie either. DreamWorks and even Illumination is kicking Disney's butt right now. I mean, yeah, it's just ridiculous. Especially since you have a lot of, since there are a lot of VeggieTales fans, a lot of LarryBoy fans, myself included, burning a fire for all I care. Yeah, I didn't really have that much to eat today because I was so busy preparing for the job interview, which ultimately went downhill, in my opinion. Yeah, I told my mom that I wasn't sure about this job interview. Oh my god, it's like, I don't even want to be contacted for a follow-up. Alright, so anyways, first things first, we need a movie of LarryBoy. And I'm gonna keep saying over and over, I will keep saying until I'm blue in the face that a movie has to happen. It's long overdue. Yeah, I don't want them to contact me either. Oh, you know what? Since I applied through Indeed.com, and you could leave a review on, yeah, you can leave a review on, like, your job interviews. I'll probably do that later on, not on stream. So, alright, besides a movie, what else do we need if I was to own LarryBoy? If I lived in a perfect world that was made for me and I owned LarryBoy. LarryBoy anything and everything. Then I would definitely go for like a reboot series. You know how there was like the cartoon adventure series? Yeah. And let LarryBoy have his own adventures again. I would definitely be on board with that. I mean, if we don't get an origin story from a movie, then we can have like a show that can show us like a timeline of what happened to LarryBoy and how he became a superhero. Yeah, I would definitely support that idea. Just juggling ideas, like, and it would be like a saga. It's like, what happens next, or what happened that LarryBoy is like this. Yeah, because everybody loves a good saga, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, because there are a lot of good, there are some pretty good shows. Just keep in mind, if this was to ever be a show, I don't want some kind of agenda to be shoved in our faces. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I want the story to be creative. I don't want stuff that's phoned in. I want something. Give us something new. I mean, don't go full blown and revamp everything like they did in VeggieTales in the House. Well, in order to have like a saga, we need to have good writers. We need storytellers that can weave out a good story. I could possibly do that. I could totally do that because, for those of you who don't know, I self-published 3 books already. Yeah, those books are novels. The Dolphin Princess series. Yeah, let me write that down. Alright, so I think somebody, yeah, it's available exclusively barnesandnoble.com. However, you can get the ebook through Amazon. Yeah, the ebook is on Amazon. Alright, so going back to the agenda part, I don't want there to be forced agendas. Because that's what a lot of shows are doing, is like they want to force an agenda on you and your kids. And that's something that I'm not okay with. It's like, why you gotta sacrifice creativity for an agenda you might or might not believe in? You know, that's the trap that a lot of TV shows are, and even movies are falling for. However, one agenda that I will keep, should there be a LarryBoy show, would be to like what Michael's saying. We need more answering kids' questions and more Bible verses from QWERTY. We need something like that. We'll keep it. We'll keep that. I'm on board with that idea 100%. Alright, so we talked about, oh, that's cool, Ultra Michael. Alright. Another thing I have on the list is webcomics. And let me show you why. You know, I've talked about the animator Tom Bancroft. Tom Bancroft was responsible for yeah, he's responsible for the cartoon adventure series. Alright, just let me log into DeviantArt real quick. Alright, DeviantArt. Let's go. Let's go. LATSDO. Alright, and by the way, Tom Bancroft has his own DeviantArt page. So I can't wait to show you guys what I'm talking about here. Oh, by the way, you guys can follow me on DeviantArt, LarryBoy Fanatic YT. That's what I go under. It wouldn't be that hard to look him up here. Anyway. Yeah, I'm pretty sure he's on here because I saw some of his artwork, and he even posted some LarryBoy artwork in this too. Okay, well, what if I try this? Cartoon Adventures. Oh yeah, by the way, you can find yeah, a lot of renders of my OC on DeviantArt. Okay, sometimes you just gotta scroll down. God, I wish a Streamlabs was working. Yeah, I would have wanted Streamlabs to work today, but I guess it didn't because of my microphone, and I definitely apologize. Hang on. Let me see. Well, wait a minute. Don't I have, like, okay. You need to watch. Okay. If I can't find it, then oh well. But you guys get the idea. Like, yeah, Tom Bancroft would be pretty good at doing something like a webcomic for LarryBoy. I mean, I would definitely pay money to, like, to view a webcomic. Yeah, I follow a lot of VeggieTubers. Okay, there's 321 Blender. There's Lamb Tahini. Alright, so right now I am okay. Alright. What if I tried this LarryBoy comic? I found it. I found it, you guys. I found it. So yeah, Tom Bancroft, like I said, has a DeviantArt page, and let me show it. Let me show it to you. You see that? Look at that. Oh my God, doesn't that look amazing? I'm telling you, he could do a webcomic. He could do webcomics about LarryBoy. I mean, that would be really, really cool. Whether he animates the webcomic or not, it's up to him. I would definitely leave it up to him. But I mean, look at that. I mean, Mr. Bancroft, if you're watching this, stream, I would definitely, I would like to get a commission from him, you know? Like whenever I'm financially stable, I would like to get a commission from him. This is something I want to see. But this looks so incredible. I mean, look at that. Look at that. So, he could definitely do webcomics. That would be super cool. I mean, no pun intended. Well, pun intended. Maybe, maybe not. But, my God, you guys, look at that. From the same person that... the same person that was responsible for Cartoon Adventure series. I mean, that looks incredible. I want something like that. I want a webcomic now. This is a LarryBoy comic, one-pager, Tom Bancroft. Okay, let me... So yeah, just letting y'all know, Tom Bancroft is on DeviantArt. Check out his work, and please tell him LarryBoy Fanatic sent you. So yeah, I was pretty sure that, yeah, I'm so glad I added that to my list here to do like a web comic. Okay, let me, yeah, I had to readjust the tripod here. Yeah, but that's incredible, right? So, you know, something like that, I would make sure that there's a webcomic. And I would totally want Tom Bancroft or somebody similar to him to be responsible for the webcomics. Alright, so I guess all that's left to talk about is the merchandise. Definitely we need to talk about merchandise. Now, I used to have a LarryBoy t-shirt that I would wear on the LarryBoy Fanatic videos. You know, the one with the eyes and the plunger ears, like, in front of the t-shirt? Unfortunately, that shirt got discontinued, and I was a little disappointed. And I made a vow to make a LarryBoy t-shirt to replace it. And by the way, you can find that on my Redbubble merch store, Ronnie Gonza 500. Yeah, my mind is blown too. And that webcomic wasn't even that long ago. Oh, it was like made in 2011. 2011. That's like years after the Cartoon Adventure series concluded. But anyway, it's like the merchandise. The merchandise, obviously, you know what this is. This is pretty cool. I would like to revive this, but make sure you keep the eyes little black dots. Don't add irises. Don't add red eyes like they did in the redistribution of this. Please don't do that. And while we're at it, we need like different generations of the LarryMobile. The one that was featured in Fit from Outer Space, the one that's featured in Rumorwade, the one that's featured in Bad Apple, and the other one that's featured in League of Incredible Vegetables. And moving on. I don't want the hunk of garbage from VeggieTales in the house, because that thing looked stupid. And plus, we need more figurines. I mean, kids love to play with figurines. They love to play with toys, so hello. Why can't we have more figurines of LarryBoy? And let's not forget the helicopter. Now I'll admit that this was one of the best things that came out of League of Incredible Vegetables was this helicopter, because this was designed with LarryBoy's color scheme in mind. And you got like the buttons, and you got LarryBoy being able to ride with Alfred. By the way, we need more of these figurines as well. Both LarryBoy and Alfred. I mean, I bought like, there's like 1, 2, I think I have like 7 or 8 sets of these. 7 or 8 sets of LarryBoy and Alfred. And I think I showed them off in one of my videos, the invasion of the LarryBoys and Alfreds. It was like a little silly video that I did back then. It's like I basically bought like whatever was left of the replacement figurines in VeggieTales online store. VeggieTales online store, that's another thing. If I was to own the rights to LarryBoy and VeggieTales, I would definitely make sure that the VeggieTales online store is packed with a bunch of merch. No more out of stock stuff. And yes, I definitely want to bring back the toy section, because they nuked that recently. I don't know how long ago, like how recent, but there's no more toy section on the VeggieTales online store. They nuked it. It's like, why? It's like your demographic, well, your targeted demographic is children. Children play with toys. I mean, look at this. By the way, I did an unboxing video of this. Go check it out. Yeah, I did an unboxing video a couple of years ago. Yada, yada, yada. It's like, duh, kids play Fortnite so they don't need toys. Yeah, but what if they're on the road? It's like, what if the internet goes out and, you know, you used to see it a lot at local Christian bookstore. So have I. But Family Christian, the Christian bookstore I would normally go to, it closed down because they apparently they couldn't keep up with Amazon. They couldn't compete with Amazon because Jeff Bezos put a gun to their head and said, "Hey, you can't open when Amazon is open all the time." I was like, we need more VeggieTales episodes. I really missed that. I miss that too. I definitely would. And somebody in the comment section was like, season 2 maybe? It was like, at the rate they're going, I don't think so. I don't think so. It's like they want to prioritize stuff like their podcast, which I've already reviewed that. There's a dumpster fire. Oh, does anyone still remember that documentary that they did on TBN? I did a review on that as well. It's like whatever stupid thing they put out, I'll be sure to review it. I got a text message. I'll look at it later. Okay, what was I talking about? But anyways, it's ridiculous. The VeggieTales documentary, like, before then, they promised new content, that they were going to tell us, they were going to show us something new. But they didn't. So what was the point of saying, we're going to show new content, there's some exciting news? The only exciting news is that the VeggieTales show is on Yippee. It's like, we already know that. We already know. So you can't show us something that's already there and just say that it's new. You know what I would have wanted to have heard from that documentary? Is if whether or not there's going to be a season 2. Or if there's going to be a movie. Or is there going to be like a spin-off. Something. Give us something new. Yeah, I agree, Ultra Michael. It's just lazy. Yeah, I had something on my sock. Anyway. Yeah, so the podcast was disappointing. The documentary was disappointing. The fact that Phil and Mike were fired was disappointing. And the fact that the VeggieTales reboot ended the way it did. It's like, what is VeggieTales doing right now? I mean, they're active on their Instagram, they're active on their Twitter, they're active on their YouTube channel, obviously, because I made a short video of them supposedly celebrating their 30th anniversary. It's like, they're doing nothing. They're just like, everything is on autopilot. It's like, okay, do this. Okay, do that. Okay, do this. Do something. Like, push it out the door. I mean, it's so obvious they're not going to listen to the fans. It's so obvious that they're not going to... If they receive feedback, then they're not going to listen, or they're going to be like, okay, but then do something else. Which, by the way, the 30 on their logo was poorly made. Yeah, the number 30 was so thin that you can almost not see it, you know? I mean, it's just crazy. And, you know, it's just one of those things. It's like if the franchise, especially LarryBoy, because let's not forget, this guy needs better attention. If this was in better hands, and if we had, like, people that are dedicated to making VeggieTales great, making LarryBoy great, like me right here, if you hired somebody like me to make this guy great again, then we wouldn't be talking about all this. We wouldn't be going on rants saying to make VeggieTales great again. at the end of the day, a lot of this is a lot of what the company and what the people that are in charge right now, it's all about like making money, but not necessarily because they're not putting out merch, they're not putting out new shows, which would have like convinced people to get a subscription to Yippee. It's like the marketing is soulless. You know what I'm saying? It's soulless. It's like all they want to do is just like rehash stuff that we already know. I mean, for example, the first episode of VeggieTales, they re-uploaded to YouTube. And the 30th anniversary video was just basically like the title sequence. Title sequence and theme song. Dumbsville's review on Jonah? No, I've never heard of that YouTube channel, but hey, I might look into it. You know, you never know. Why am I boycotting? I don't like it in me. To be honest with you, I don't want VeggieTales to be over. I don't, because there's a new generation and they might be curious to know what VeggieTales is about. So I kind of want to take over the reins. I want to take the reins and be like, okay, here's what we're doing. Here's what we're doing with LarryBoy. Don't put up an IMDb page just yet until we're almost done with producing a LarryBoy movie. And I would be like, well, what about this? And like, well, what about this? Or how about this? Again, like the ideas. Thought of that in a millisecond. A movie, a reboot series, a webcomic, and putting out more merch like toys, games, and books. Oh, by the way, speaking of games, maybe re-release LarryBoy and the Bad Apple for something like PS4, Nintendo Switch, or Xbox. Next generation consoles. Like a re-release of that. People would buy into that because a lot of people play video games. Video games is a booming industry. It's like, I go through a lot of ideas quick. There's like a lot of marketing ideas, like right off the bat. So why can't the idea be like that? Be the same way. To come up with ideas left and right, you know? But I would definitely know how to write the episodes. Because one, I know a lot about LarryBoy, and two, I know a lot about writing. Because I have self-published 3 books, and I spent a lot of my time in college, a lot of my time in school, got plenty of schooling for writing. So I would definitely know how to create a story, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, they yeah, they managed to re-release Jonah. I mean, that was okay. And I did a review on Jonah. I had like the 2-disc DVD set. Yeah, I did the review earlier this year, so check that out. But anyways, there's like a lot of missed opportunities when it comes to VeggieTales. Like, they're missing out on what to do with LarryBoy. They're missing out on what to do with VeggieTales. And they're missing out on subscriptions because you're not putting out new content. I mean, you promised new content in the documentary. But it's basically like showing us like some of the episodes from season 1. The only season of the VeggieTales show. That's nothing new. We've already seen that. Unless they're trying to fool other people who haven't seen the VeggieTales show. It's like, I know those people got gypped. But you sure as hell didn't fool me. Nice try, though. And yes, I did a review on their documentary. And how idiotic that was. So, yeah. Again, there's a lot of missed opportunities. It's like, I'm sitting here like, well, why didn't they do this? Why didn't they do that? This would have been a great idea. Why didn't they do something like that? Yada, yada, yada. Same with their 30th anniversary. They could have had something. They could have taken Nintendo Dario's ideas and announced something, anything, or put something out that we would be like, but no. They want to rehash things because they're lazy. And I don't want that to be the fate of my favorite superhero. I mean, LarryBoy doesn't deserve any of this. You know what I'm saying? I mean, look at him. Look. He's like the bright, shining star. He is a VeggieTales treasure. And I guarantee you, if I was to team up with Tom Bancroft, we would make LarryBoy great again. With Tom Bancroft's animation skills, and with my writing skills, and creativity, and all that shebang-a-bang, we will make LarryBoy great again. Definitely. Yeah, he's definitely our hero, and he deserves to be treated as such. He has been through a lot, and Big Idea knows that, or should know that. Microwave Society definitely said it best. The peak of VeggieTales. This is your opportunity for redemption. Bring back LarryBoy. Make episodes, make a show, make a movie of this guy. You hear me? You hear me, Big Idea? You hear me? Hang on, we'll need JB Plus here. You hear me? Open up! Open up! Make more content, make more movies! Something! Anything! Okay, that's enough. Like, I think they get it, hopefully. Yeah, I got other stuff in mind too. There's always going to be the fan fictions. There's always going to be the fan art. And there's always going to be LarryBoy Fanatic, whether VeggieTales keeps going or not. And let me just put that out there. And I know it's not going to be the same. Well, wait. If I was in charge of Big Idea, If I was in charge of the LarryBoy brand, I would definitely beg Phil and Mike to come back. I would have them on a salary, get on my hands and knees and apologize for Big Idea for their screw up. Got some great M&Ms. The share size, because we're sharing. Sharing is caring. Am I right, JB Plotched? Yeah, he said yes. But yeah, Big Idea, you gotta take notes. You need to be taking notes. So, as a recap, what if LarryBoy Fanatic, me, owned LarryBoy? Well, first things first, we gotta get VeggieTales situated. Once that's out of the way. Okay, sorry, I didn't see that right. Once that's out of the way, there we go. Then we need a LarryBoy movie, stat. And we could totally use a reboot series for LarryBoy. Just make him like this. Don't go for the costume change from VeggieTales in the House. This is all he needs. He doesn't need to fly when he has his plungers. And we could totally use a webcomic. Have Tom Bancroft be responsible for the webcomics. Because you already saw like how great he did with that one pager. And also more merch. More merch, please. T-shirts, toys, games. All that shebang bang. Covers the screen. Not appropriate. So there's like a lot of possibilities when it comes to marketing. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot VeggieTales can do. Yeah, technology is on the rise, but you can capitalize on that as well. Don't be afraid to capitalize on certain stuff. Just as long as it's ethical. Just as long as it doesn't override your moral compass. That's the only thing. That's the only line that you do not cross. If it goes over your moral compass, don't do it. But other than that, I think you guys are in a good position to expand more. There's opportunities here and there, and you're missing it. You're missing it. Just please give what the fans want. And as a fan, I demand more LarryBoy content. Never be afraid to do what's right. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, my voice is going, and yeah, I think we had a really great discussion, you guys. So this is what these are the ideas that I have if I was to own LarryBoy anything and everything. So basically, what if da, 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 da. That song from Barney and Friends. What if? So yeah, this was basically a what if. A what if scenario on the All That Shebang Bang podcast. Did it for Pickle Boy. Ugh. Maybe Pickle Boy can be like the arch nemesis of LarryBoy. He could be a villain, like, you never know. I mean, that's something right there. We thought of that in a millisecond. Yeah, amen to that. Amen to that. Definitely. And of course he's a cucumber. Like, it's like, who would say otherwise? The alchemist. Alrighty, so yeah, that's gonna be the end of the podcast episode for this week. Yeah, I will definitely have you guys vote for another topic. Okay, so just to recap, what if LarryBoy Fanatic owns LarryBoy? Here's what I would require: a movie, a reboot series, a webcomic, and more merch. Those are the priorities, with a movie being the top priority. It's like, we cannot put LarryBoy in a box and just ship it off somewhere. The plaque shows otherwise. National Broadcasting Company rehire. Yeah. That's gonna take a miracle, unfortunately. I mean, I believe in miracles, but it's like, so hard. But anyways, you guys, thank you for tuning into this late afternoon stream. This week's podcast episode. Be sure to like this video. We got a lot of likes so far on this live stream. Thank you for tuning in, everyone. So if you like this stream, give it a like. Subscribe to the channel. Turn on notifications to be alerted on future live streams and videos and all that shebang-a-bang. And hey, if you guys want to support the show, there's always my Patreon or becoming a channel member. And I also do art commissions. Definitely. DM me or leave a comment saying that you want an art commission. You can also follow me on TikTok, Instagram, DeviantArt, and all that shebang-a-bang. Podcast episodes are going to be like every Friday. Unless I tell you otherwise. I mean, I don't think I'm going to get this job that I went for in the job interview. I mean, that ship has sailed, so seems like I'm going to be stuck doing freelancing, art commissions, in this channel for the time being. Yeah, I would like to have like a job in addition to this. But, you know, you can't make people hire you. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. But anyways, guys, this has been Ronnie, and I'm known as LarryBoy Fanatic, the eyes and plunger ears of the LarryBoy multiverse. And, yeah, show's over. See you guys next week.